Well, here we are. It is a championship Saturday. Doug Smith alongside Rachel Drummond. We are here. We're doing a live broadcast. First time in the history of indoor golf. Rachel, there's so much that we're going to have to talk about, but look, this is it. This is the finale. We've had players from literally all over the entire world use their Trackman to their advantage and make plenty of money. I've seen so much money made on this tour. It's pissed me off that I haven't try enough so I can get some of it, but hey, that's neither here nor there. We've got storylines galore. We've got golf being played right now. Rachel's going to give you more information about how many players there still are to finish this final day, this final round, and who is going to win the Order of Merit. We're going to have to wait and see, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen today. I'm so excited. I'm sure you can hear that in my voice, but we've got more stuff to show y'all before we really get into what we have to see.
Get ready to talk.
Okay, Dougie, I can't believe we're live. The things you can do with tech, the things you can do with tech these days. But the stage is being set. I'm about to set it. It's the finale. I'm sad it's the end, Dougie. We've had quite a journey. I've pegged it up. You did peg it up. I don't know how you pegged it up. You pegged it up and then left. I pegged it up, did 18. It was a challenge out there. So I am so impressed by how all these players do. So we've got 97 players qualified for the finale, which is now being played at Concession Golf Course. There are 2 hours left in the playing window. 93 players have completed their rounds. We've got 4 players left still to play. And we've got some good scores out there. 7 unders currently leading. Sigurdur and Jesper Koivu had another great round. Dougie started at Marco Simone, finishing at Concession. It's a beautiful story.
On Rachel, we've got conclusions that we have to get to. We're going to see 4 conclusions today. All right, number 1, who's going to be our Order of Merit winner, right? Who's winning those Challenge Tour starts and those DP World starts? Who's the best female player? We need to figure out who that's going to be. Our social media creator of the season, and you know what, that 4th one, I'm going to surprise y'all later. We'll talk about it here in a few. Rachel, I don't know what I look like. I didn't know what we were getting into when we started this year. I'm just going to go ahead and be quite honest. But now that we've seen it, we've touched it, we've figured it out. It's been a wonderful ride. But before we talk about it, let's go ahead and look at some season highlights. The next golf tour is back for season 2.
It's been a dream of mine to compete on a major tour.
You're playing against 1,000 players around the world.
Who's next? Bigger fields, bigger purses, and even more drama.
Okay, everyone, so it might be virtual golf, but the stakes are high.
If you're trying to make it on the biggest stage, this is definitely a route to go.
It felt amazing once the clock hit midnight.
Cheers. Now we're heading over to Chicagoland at Medina.
I think if you look at some of the players who have had success in even one event, it really has been season changing for them.
Yeah, I'm addicted. Really addicted.
Woo! I wonder if he had to buy everybody drinks right there.
I'm really excited. I'm like, whoa, it's getting everything from me right now.
Hey, it's Nick Carlson, and I just won round 6 on the next tour.
50 grand, let's go.
Yeah, I got lucky, man.
You never know who's next.
2, 1.
Oh gosh, real drama, real consequences, real golf. This is real as it gets. This is the next tour, Rachel, and wow, we've got to get to some Order of Merit previews.
Dougie, I was quite emotional watching that. What a journey we've been on. So should we go through what can actually happen and what players can win the Order of Merit? Should we go through that, Dougie? Here we go.
This is what it looked like before we started.
So this is what it looked like before we started this final round. So Jordan Webber, I'm going to give you all the permutations. If you've got a pen, take notes. Jordan Webber needs to win or be in the playoff. He can also tie for third and still win the Order of Merit if Godarson loses the playoff. Godarson, here we go, get your pen ready. Godarson needs to win the playoff and Jordan needs to stay out of the playoff. And Nick Carlson, he needs Godarson not to win and Jordan to shoot 5 under or worse. So there's going to be lots of family and friends watching right now and seeing exactly what's going to happen. There's so much to play for, Doug, and there is so much in these last few hours. Who's going to lift that Order of Merit trophy?
This list right now, I know that if anybody in the world is the most nervous right now, it's Nick Carlson. He's played his round. There's nothing left for him to do. He has set the table for himself. He shot 3 under par here in this final round, and Rachel, it's got to be. We know it's nerve-wracking, but when we stop and think about for Nick Bump Carlson, what's his day like right now? Full of anxiety as we go back and take a look at a piece of his round. In the championship that he was able to win there at the Village, not the Village, excuse me.
This was
that
the
was
whole
Innisbrook.
That was the hole out. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, hold out 16 there at Innisbrook Copperhead course, and I've hit that shot, and it didn't turn out as good as that. But Rachel, he's sitting there waiting to figure out his fate.
Dougie, I can think about what it used to be like when I used to play, and you'd think about all the shots you left out there, some of the putts you might have missed, some of the fairways you might not have hit. So he's probably going through his round right now with a fine-tooth comb like I used to do. And I hope he's also looking at what he's done great to be in this position this year. But I would literally be going through everything right now. Hopefully with family and friends.
What about playing, though? Like, we talked about how he's sitting waiting. Now we've got Jordan Webber, who's just finished a practice round, going to tee it up. He's going to be live in our window. What is, now that Jordan, it's the final moments of the tour season, he knows what he has to do. We've already talked about the various things that he has to do. Basically, he needs to win the Order of Merit and play on the DP World Tour and earn Challenge Tour starts. How's he coming into this day?
Well, Dougie, I got a bit of intel that he played his practice round and shot -8. And as it stands, that would be trophy lifting, Order of Merit winning, everything. So, I mean, he's going to be nervous, but he's obviously done the prep. He's waited till the last minute, which we know all these players do when they know that they need to, see how the course is playing. They get the best research. And he's obviously playing well. You don't just shoot 8 unders. I've played on this tour and it's hard. So I think I might put a bit of money on if I can do that. I know I can't, but what do you think, Dougie?
We can. I'm looking at this leaderboard right now, and there's the storylines, right? You've got Mr. Garson leading the way, tied with Jesper Sandborg at the top at 7 under par. And look, don't forget, he's won last year on the tour, and he tied for the lead there at Muirfield Village in the round. So this is a guy that can really, really play. As we take a peek here of Matthew Anderson, and there was the first hole this week. That wasn't the
Only one player open at a time.
Finding the fairway. There's a lot of water on this course, Dougie, and bunkering exactly where you need to hit it, which is always fun.
No, absolutely. Yeah, down in Bradenton, Florida, so a lot of like sandbelt area down there in Florida, and there's going to be no shortage of water and trouble that you can find and get into, Rachel. But one of the things, and I don't know if you've played concession or not, but one of the sneaky parts of this golf course are the greens. The greens are this course's total defense, and it's going to be interesting watching these players navigate that.
I wish I could have played this one, Dougie. And I'm just going to go quickly about the story of concession because it's one of my favourites. During the Ryder Cup, you know this story, don't you, Dougie? Jack Nicklaus, 1969, conceded the final putt in the Ryder Cup to Tony Jacklin for the first tie in Ryder Cup history, and that was why it was called concession.
Yeah, I heard the story. It's one of those beautiful moments in golf where they acknowledge the fact that a tie would be the greater good than some. Just that item, that thing that happened in history. So a little handshake opening hole here, Rachel, huh?
Look at Jordan's round now.
Yeah, you see that opening hole there, and then the second hole. You know, and the thing, too, Rachel, about concession is you have to beware of the bunkering. This is a course that, you know, when you actually play it in real life, a very firm, fast golf course with crazy greens.
I know. I don't think I'd fancy my little baby fade. And Jesper Sandbog, bogey-free round with all this bunkering is super impressive. Have you played it, Dougie?
You know, I have not played it, Rachel. I've been there. I was there for an event, but I didn't get a chance to play it. Very generous off the tee. It's one of those courses, and you know what I'm talking about, that looks narrow off the tee. It's actually fairly wide. It gives you a lot of generous landing areas, but that's a second shot golf course. That's the fingerprint of it.
I think I could hit some green and regs here. They are quite big greens, aren't they? I think I could. However, the putting, we need to talk about next golf tour putting. That is a challenge, especially if you're not near that pin.
I didn't expect to see the scores be as low this season when the putting was introduced. I actually thought we'd see, you know, 1 or 2 shots higher, but if anything, the scoring average got better.
I know. I think with anything on the Trackman, you need a system. You need a system of how you're going to work out how far you're going to hit your chips, you know, how you're going to work out how long your stroke's going to be for your putting. And this is what I've learned from even meeting these players on the next golf tour. They work seriously hard and they have a plan.
Yeah, you see that depression in the back of the screen at the 7th. That was a really good indication of what players are going to see, you know, or they've seen as we wrap up this next golf season. And you know, Rachel, here's a hole that fits you perfectly. The little dog leg right. You can hit that little slap cut out here, but the water's looming, especially where this hole location is.
What do we think? Faders course or drawers? It's looking like you need a bit of both round here, Dougie.
Yeah, this is a place you got. It's again, I don't really think it's so important off the tee which way you move the ball, but once you get on the fairway or near the fairway, it's about how you're working the ball in and using the slopes and the contours of these greens to your advantage.
Right, are we going to see some more live golf?
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. But how about those rounds from Sandborg and Gardison? They come out with 65, and they are just out here doing the move. And look, let's let everybody know, this is the first time that we've broadcast or brought to you live an event of this magnitude, and the effort and the learning that's going on right now from everybody on our team. I mean, you're seeing golf progress as we're talking right now. I mean, check this out. We're on YouTube, Rachel, talking about a professional golf league where thousands of players have the opportunity to get into this final.
I know, and let's have a little look at this current leaderboard. We had 30-year-old Jesper Sandberg of Sweden. He took the solo lead Friday evening. Jesper had 4 top 10s on the Nordic lead in 2023 and finished 12th on the rankings. Who else we got? I would have been down there at the plus 10 when I played when I played my round.
I would have done the same thing. And you know, I tell you, it's nice to see, you know, where, and I'm a little biased, you know, where the American players started as we get ready to go in here and look at Jordan Weber's first hole. I'm excited to see kind of some of the momentum that's picked up as Weber finds the fairway. Absolutely.
He started quick. Is that a birdie I see on one?
Yeah, bird the first.
Sadly followed up with a bogey.
Yeah, but let's go back. We're looking at that first hole that he played there, and you know, there's one right in the circle of love to start the day. Look at that. Like, is there a better way? But don't forget, Rachel, you go back to that event where Jordan Weber won. You remember how he started that round? He made a bogey.
Yes, I do. We've seen that a lot this year, Dougie, actually. We've seen people make, you know, back 9 charges, you know, middle parts of the round where they just came on fire. But that's what you've got to do. That's what all the top players do. If they haven't got the best start, they go, don't they?
Yeah, and I think we should go ahead and take a peek at how Jordan played that second hole. Let's see what happened to make that bogey a reality. I mean, you talk about just a heartwarming story, though, with Jordan. Just a guy from extremely small town, Bernard, Iowa. Rachel, this guy, and he's got 2 kids, family man. They put a simulator in the back of an auction house so he could play some golf. How crazy is that here in the state of Iowa? We can get Jordan's second hole playing here in just a moment, but it goes to show you this tour and who it's for and what it can do. You know, a year and a half ago, you can't tell me Jordan Weber thought he was going to have an opportunity to play maybe on a PGA Tour event, maybe in a DP or Challenge Tour event.
And we've seen that with so many players that have won. I mean, coaches that actually stop playing and then, you know, they've got the facility for their coaching and then they go and win this. There he is. We'll take a look right now at Jordan Weber's winner profile here from the U.S. of A. They're in Iowa, as we just mentioned. Ranked 4th currently in the order of merit, 38. Tick younger than I am. And you look at that scoring average, Rachel. I'll take that on indoor golf, outdoor golf. I don't care where it is. Let me shoot 66 every time I go tee it up. I agree. I've been distracted by his putter and his golf bag. Is that a broom? What is going on there? Is that legal?
Oh yeah. It is. It is legal, and I don't mean to, jinx Jordan by any measure, but you talk about that flat stick. He actually developed the yips right when he turned pro. Shortly thereafter, had a couple wins on the Moonlight Tour down in South Florida and played, and one day it clicked, and it clicked the wrong way for him, Rachel. It went the yip way, and tried everything he could. Claw, left hand low, every grip possible this guy tried. And, found out that the broomstick was the way to sweep it in the hole.
Well, it's not happening now, is it, with a scoring average of 66? I would like to know what system he uses for putting, Doug.
Well, we're just going to have to ask him. If he has a great day, we can ask him right after he plays. And I do want to give Jordan a shout-out because playing in our live window, it has to be nerve-wracking. There has to be an extra layer of pressure as we get back out now, seeing that second hole that Jordan played.
Like it.
Is it moving? Is it moving? Beautiful.
I'll tell you,
he's got the music going, Dougie.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of the vibe session, right? You've got to set the vibes for yourself. You've got to have your music or your people. It's all about the environment that you can set up so that you can play your best golf. Try to hit a little cut right there, and man, did he hit a little firm draw at the back of that green. And now I can see how Jordan was able to make that 5 there. But you look at that total. That was pitching wedge there for Jordan that he had hit in there.
I can't work out whether he's got anyone with him, Doug. Can you? I can't work out. I saw a little smile behind him, but I couldn't work it out.
Well, I had talked to Jordan last week. He said he was just going to, be by himself. And you see that putt go outside the circle of love, so we can already tell how Jordan was able to make that bogey there at the second hole. He had to 3-putt it. And disappointing start, Rachel, when you've got the world kind of on your shoulders right now.
You've got to zone out. You can't be thinking about that, Dougie. You cannot be thinking about that. Next shot, like the next golf tour, the next shot is most important.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to throw something or break something so you can get over the recklessness that just happened in your round. As we see his opening shot there at the par 5 third. And that'll find the right
what
side.
I loved about this, it just found the rough, Dougie. What I love about the technology is it will tell you what percentage you need to hit, what kind of power you need for the shot. So he will get a percentage of how much he needs. And let's see.
He needs to,
pin high, just grab that slope.
Yeah, not bad, though. I don't know if you noticed, Rachel, did you see that even though Jordan's 38 years old, that ball he hit off the tee was 182 ball speed? Did you notice that?
That is impressive. Oh, he's lobbed one up there nicely. Little cut across.
Oh, yeah.
How good is that? That is so good.
Just getting a little frisky there with that chip shot. And while we look at Jordan there and you look at the left side of your screen, we're joined by Monday Q's very own Ryan French. Ryan, we're watching Jordan. I know you've had a chance to speak with him. We'll get to the hellos and the greetings with you later. I want to go ahead and jump right in. What impresses you the most about Jordan's game?
Yeah, I mean, you just talked about it, Doug. Hi, guys. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Hi, Ryan.
I mean, he's super long. Yeah, I mean, super, super long. You know, like you said, he's 38, but, I mean, his ball speed is way up there. He's really good. And in my conversations with him, it's just really how hard he works at this is great. You know, his backstory is amazing. You know, he was a professional golfer for a long time, had the yips, won on many tours, was definitely has the ability to play out there, just got the yips, and kind of drove him away from the game. And so he's found a way to get back in it, and it has kind of given him some desire to come back. So he's a great story. He's a great dude. Really, really good.
Ryan, how has it compared covering the Next Golf Tour to other mini tours around the world? How has it been, you know, doing the virtual side?
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes time for people to understand it, Rachel, but also it's changed lives just as much as a huge tour win with big money mini tour. You know, Nick Carlson. I mean, literally has changed his life. I'm working on a story that I'll have out, you know, in the next couple of days. But you know, $50,000 to Nick. He was a substitute teacher. He worked as a trainer. He worked as a CrossFit trainer. He did lessons at a range down the road, and he was a college coach. And the day after it became official that he won, he quit his college coaching job, and this is the first time he'll be able to play full time without you know, having to work a second job. And as you guys know, it is already hard enough to compete on the pro level, even if all the things are equal. And when you have a job, it's just almost impossible to compete because 95% of the players you're playing against don't have jobs. So it gives them a fair shake at a run here.
Yeah, we go back taking a look at Jordan Webber making a putt there at the 17th at PGA West, getting that birdie, brushing it in. You know, there's so many things I want to talk to you about, Ryan, especially as it comes to the Monday qualifying, you know, guys and gals that are just out grinding and spending every dollar that they have. Like, when you look at the landscape of professional golf, this window that we're closing from, I guess, Thanksgiving, late November into early March, there's really nothing to play in, especially if you're in a cold climate. Talk a little bit about what this tour has offered to some of these players around the world.
Yeah, I mean, it is wildly expensive to play pro golf, and a large portion of that cost is entry fees, travel. You know, if you play on a 3-4 day mini tour, and you know, have to take a flight, you're looking at, you know, between $3,000 and $4,000 in a week, and in this day and age of mini tours, you basically have to finish in the top 10 in a full field event to get that money back or even make a little money. So, you know, most weeks guys are just losing money. And so this is just such a great way to fill in your schedule. And like you said, have a place to play where sometimes guys and girls don't have a place to play. But I think this would be great anytime. It's such an economical way and great way to fill in your schedule. You know, it's just, I don't know why every pro doesn't play it. They should be, for sure.
I completely agree with that, Ryan. I played one, and I was addicted. You get the buzz from, you know, what you get when you peg it up out on the grass. I loved it. It was amazing. Now, we're watching Ryan in the background here. Did you get any good intel from him? Like, how is he feeling before, this round?
Yeah, I think he's, he was definitely nervous. I think it's good to see, see him back in the pressure situations. But again, I think how hard Jordan has worked at this craft is unbelievable. I mean, he really is grinding his butt off to be a good golfer in general, but play good simulator golf. My good friend Mark Baldwin is a professional golfer, played the next tour, and there's just some things you have to work on when you do simulator golf. And our conversations with Jordan were eye-opening for Mark to see how hard he works to see what the chipping's like and find the differences and those kind of thing. And really is, it's something, as all professional golf is, you have to work at it.
And we're being joined right now. That's the voice of Ryan French there from Monday Q. And we're watching the round live of Jordan Webber. And, one thing that I am blown away by, and I didn't even really think this was possible, is the fact that we're having a conversation while watching someone play in their bay in Iowa. Rachel, we're all over the world.
Season 1 of the next golf tour.
We'll go ahead and take a peek at this recap.
Every event had been won by players from Nordic countries. But in round 4 of season
starting to see the highlights there back at the PGA West. There's that putt on 17 that we just saw where Jordan Webber able to cash in 30 grand. You take a look at that leaderboard. Emma Thorgren, she was up at the top of the leaderboard and was, I guess you call her, Rachel, a victim of playoff where Jordan was able to get that win. But man, did she put up a fight, taking home $16,000 in that runner-up finish.
we may have a bit more on her later, Doug, just dropping a hint.
Hey, Ryan, you talked to Emma. What about her? What stood out to her when you had a chance to catch up with her?
Yeah, I think as Rachel knows, what's so great about this platform is there's very little money in men's mini tour golf. There's no money in women's mini tour golf. So
well said, Brian. Well said.
Yeah, I mean,
put that out there.
Again, we could do a whole, a 2-hour show about the fact that women, unfortunately, because there's no money, you either make it to the LPGA or LET, or you try to for 1 or 2 years and then you stop because it just financially doesn't work. That's why you don't see a lot of grinders win on the LPGA tour, because they don't have that time to develop. But I think it's such a great, in talking with Emma, it's so awesome to have $16,000 in women's mini tour golf is unheard of. It just isn't out there. The Epson Tour has made great strides. The LET has a developmental series, but again, it's just so wildly expensive. And so, outside of her story herself, it's just great to see women competing on this and have a chance for checks that they just don't have an opportunity for. End of story. It's just unfortunate side of pro golf. The mini tour world for women is really small. And so I think it's beneficial for all players, but women, need to find their way to next. Just from the money standpoint, it's a great opportunity.
I agree. Even on the ladies' European tour, I think if you finish top 5, you'd struggle to make 16,000. And that's on one of the best female golf tours in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy. And what I specifically love about this tour is the fact that you do get to compete against the men. Mm-hmm. And there's something about, playing in an environment where you have to go out and shoot an 8 under. You just raise your game. You have to, because you have to go low. So no, I completely agree, Ryan. And I've been trying to fly the flag on the LET, so I'm going to keep spreading the message.
Yeah, and I think it also gives some context for how good women golfers are. You know, we see mixed field events very often. Obviously, some exhibition events on the top level and those kind of things. But I think it's great to see, you know, the few women that do play are competing. There's obviously a ton of talent on the ladies' side, so it's great to see Emma and other women up near the top of the leaderboard.
Ryan, you can come on this all the time with this sort of chat.
You know, but Ryan, let's look back in with Jordan now. 1 under par on his round through 7 holes. You know, Rachel, you talked about him coming in here. Well, we talked about him having the kind of all the pressure on him to perform. Great practice round. Now, not seeing the ball fall like he did, you know, in that practice round, Rachel.
I think that's the hardest thing, Dougie, is, you know, if you do go out and shoot a low number like that, you want to do it again. But we know in golf, you can't replicate. You just got to stay present, routines. And we've seen it throughout this season, players, you know, having 5-6 birdie charges. So there's no reason he can't do that on the back nine.
No, what are you noticing right now? You know, his round, French, he's 1 under par. He really has to turn it on. He's got to shoot at least 5 under.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Jordan. Jordan is, you know, before Next was considered the best simulator golfer in the world. And so I think what you're seeing is pressure. Just because you're alone in the bay, pressure doesn't leave just because there isn't a crowd around. As Rachel knows, it's a different world when the pressure's on. And so, you know, he has the opportunity of a lifetime ahead of him with DP exemptions and Challenge Tour exemptions. And, you know, it might be a little of that. He hasn't been in this position. He, like a lot of the other golfers in the top of this order of merit who play professionally, Jordan has really concentrated on simulator golf, has a family. And so I'm sure he's feeling nerves that he hasn't felt in a while. And so might just not have your best stuff. It might be a learning experience for him and move on. But yeah, I think what we're seeing is pressure is not live golf. Also, it's simulator golf. I mean, again, you're playing for an exemption into a huge events. And so there's no way that doesn't creep into your mind.
Oh, that's inches from being a birdie, though, on that par 5, 7th hole. That's tough right there. Yeah, you know, Rachel, Ryan, you know, one thing that I've been kind of juggling with the last, you know, probably 4 or 5 months, and how many putts is he going to miss like that today, is the fact, where does simulator golf fit in, right? I didn't think it was possible to have a professional golf tour, and now it seems like it's a viable option. And I've even heard international countries are having indoor national golf teams as well as their normal national golf teams. It's crazy to see the growth in this sector of the game.
I agree with Ryan. I think it should be something that goes on all year. We need to speak to Klaus and get it running all year, because you know, it's another opportunity, it's another platform, it's another chance to get better. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, and you know, Mark and I have talked about even like for like the All Pro Tour is a 4-day mini tour in the United States with 150 player fields. If there was a Trackman facility within the area, I know there's guys that would, you know, play around in the morning, their live round, and then go and do this. Again, they're always want money and they want playing opportunities. When you're on the road playing in a mini tour event, it can be pretty boring times during the night. So I think this has a place in golf, you know, everywhere. So, and at any time, I really do.
Ryan, you could make double cash. You could compete on the DP World and then on the evening do a next golf tour event.
100%. 100%.
Is that allowed?
Again, this is perfect. Like LET, just set this up at the LET, developmental series. Just set it up outside. The girls, the women sign their cards and just go right in and play 18 on the simulator and double their money. That's all the.
Yeah,
like,
just make it 100
talk about
Gs.
Drivebox to pull that off.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on to something there. Can we copyright this?
Well, we appreciate you as always, Mr. French, coming in here and just letting us know kind of the story of the underdogs. I really feel like your work is needed and valid, and appreciate all you do at Monday Q. And how do the people out there get a hold of you?
Yeah, Monday Q info on Twitter, Instagram. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much. As I say often, I think this side of golf is a very important part to tell, especially now. Pro golf is a lot of $100 million contracts and a lot of fighting over millions of dollars. And the fact is 95% of pro golfers live paycheck to paycheck or are looking for their next start. So I think it's easy to forget in times like the last 2 years in pro golf. So I hope people remember that, because it's hard for all of us to remember. Pro golf is not a great place right now. And so I just hope people remember that the largest portion of pro golfers are not fighting over hundreds of millions of dollars.
They're sharing bunk beds like I used to. That's so
Exactly.
true, Ryan. So true.
Well, Mr. French, we appreciate your insights as always, and we will see you, well, hopefully sooner than later, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, Rachel, Ryan French, just a wealth of knowledge. Guy keeps his ear to, the expression, you keep your ear to the ground. That guy is the ground when it comes to developmental tours.
Doug, I think he's excellent because he highlights the stuff that people do not see. He talks about the storylines. He talks about the human in the athlete, having to do 5 jobs, having to, go paycheck to paycheck, having to sleep in your car. These are the sort of sacrifices people make to play golf. And yes. Ryan, as you say, is on the ground getting these stories. I think he's brilliant. And he's also been such an advocate for the next golf tour, which we're very passionate about. So I think he's brilliant.
You know what? And another thing, this is completely off topic, but the functionality of this website is unmatched. Because we're looking at Jordan Weber making back-to-back birdies there at 9 and 10. Didn't capitalize on the par 5, dropped a shot on 2, but now he is 3 under par and 2 shots outside of kind of that magic number that he needs to vie for the Order of Merit.
Is he coming, Doug, do you think? Did he hear us?
I hope not. I hope he's got an isolated chamber there and he's just in his zone.
Love that.
2 par
Birdie.
Still to play. Yeah, and Rachel, I had a chance to catch up with Trackman CEO, and we just call him Klaus. He's like, those single name people, Cher, Beyonce, Kanye. Well, let's talk to Klaus.
I played golf since I was a kid. And I've been hitting, thousands and thousands of golf balls like any other, young person trying to get better and think that, you could be the next, in my generation, Jack Nicklaus of the world.
And this is Trackman, a golf training and fitting device.
The question we asked ourselves back in 2003 was, if there is a technology out there that can give you some data on a golf shot, instead of just looking at, ball going right or going left, that would be so much more fun and so much more efficient to practice. And we could see that in the military industry, that they use Doppler radar to track missiles and projectiles. And the question we asked ourselves back in the days was, can you use this technology to track something as peaceful as a golf ball. I've been on many tours over the years presenting, Trackman to the best players in the world. I've seen them all and met them all and so on. But I also met, thousands and thousands of great players who can shoot, 65, 66, 67, but just, haven't made it, okay? So the idea was to do something for them. If, that one of these players playing on our, next golf tour would eventually turn out to move all the way and become a great star, I mean, that would be the best thing that could happen to the tour and to us, to be honest. I'm glad we did it, and I promise you we will continue. But when you look a little bit beyond season 3, I think you will probably see the concepts being taken to next level, which will be a completely new level. It takes a little longer, but we have a nice vision for where we want to take it. But that will also be with the help of other people. So it'll be a bigger thing where it will not only be Trackman. We will need media partners. We will need sponsors. There's a lot of things that will have to come together, taking this concept to the next level. Something I like a lot about this tournament is the fact that we have men and women competing in the same tournament, which I think is great. We need some more Americans here, and we want to see you guys beat the Scandinavian players, because one of the things you can see is that you see a lot of Scandinavians at the top of the leaderboard, and I think it's because we are more used to this. They've simply played more. They practice a lot during the winter. You might not know this, but in all the Scandinavian countries, there is official national championships in indoor golf. So there's a Swedish national champion, there's a Danish national champion, there's a Norwegian national champion, all supported by the federations. So it's simply just like you have an outdoor champion, you have an indoor champion.
That's unreal.
Dougie,
talking to Klaus, yeah, what a guy. Let's just look at these numbers right here as we continue to watch Jordan. Last year, 6 events played, $836,000 awarded in prize money. Season 2 stepped it up. $1.2 million given away. And the purses averaged $20,000 more each event this year in season 2.
It's growing, Dougie. It's growing. And when you've got a leader like Klaus steering the ship, I know we're in a good position. It's all about innovation. It's always thinking about getting better. Like, to create an idea from a missile and seeing a gap in the golfing market. And, professionals and amateurs and coaches can't live without Trackman now. It helps so much with development and everything. So what a man. We've got a great man leading the way. And I'm looking forward to seeing what is next on this tour.
Yeah. And what's interesting? Ryan said something when we talked to him as we continue to watch Jordan now to par 3 11th. And he's going to find that bunker. There's some adversity on the way. But what's interesting, he talked about golf kind of being fragmented a little bit. And look, think about what Trackman's already doing to the game. They've got PGA Tour broadcaster, Live Golf broadcaster coming together to bring people the next golf tour. Maybe this is the year that people are sleeping on, and if Trackman can do it, then hell, the rest of the world should be able to get along in the game of golf, Rach.
I agree. We get on, don't we, Doug?
That's fine with me, absolutely. I might
he hold it. He hold it
than me.
Birdie, Dougie. Birdie.
Great up and down. No, that was a par save there for
was
French.
That par save?
That was the par save from the bunker. Yeah, he hit it in the bunker off the tee, and now we'll catch up with the last hole that just posted. And I tell you, watching him play right now, the driver has been magical. He just hit this thing perfectly, but now found the bunker at the last, and now he's back in the bunker here at the 12th. Look at that, 180 ball speed again. All right, so Rachel, as it stands, he is currently 4 under par. Can I read? 1, 2, 3, 4 under par. He's had 5 birdies in this round. Rachel, what else does he have to do? Because he is fighting for this Order of Merit crown.
So he needs to win or be in the playoff. He can also tie for 3rd and still win the Order of Merit if Gooddarson loses the playoff. So that is what Jordan has to do. So we've got to see some birdies, Dougie.
Let's see. So right now he's at 4. 5 is kind of a number that is going to give Suities. All right, and there it is. Who can still win this Order of Merit and what they need? We talk about Nick Bump Carlson. Was able to win there at Innisbrook. Shot just the lights out that day. He needs Garson and Osland to not win, and Weber shoot worse than 5 under, but Weber's one shot outside that, still has 2 par 5s to play. Now, you've got Jordan. He's got to win, like you said, Rachel, and he can also tie for third if Godarson loses in the playoff. Wow, sorry, I'll let you take the rest. I'm out of breath with all this hype right now.
Do you know what? For everyone watching right now, Doug and I have become well, not experts. We've had to become experts at trying to say all these surnames. Oh dear. Right, good. Nick Carlson, we missed him at the end. Goodalson not to win, and Jordan to shoot 5 under or worse. Sorry, there's me trying to have a joke and we missed the last.
No, it's all good. I just, as we look at this leaderboard right now and we see Jordan Weber, he is on the par 5 13th. This is a big hole for him right here, Rachel. When you got a par 5, it's a scoring opportunity.
Oh, it is, in any of the major tours in the world, that's where they want to be below par, strokes gained. They've got to make birdie. And if they don't, they're going to be losing to the field. So 544 yards, not going to be a problem with his ball speed. Birdie time. No. And that will get him to where they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 6 birdies. He'll be 5 under. We know 7 under's leading at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Rachel, let's go ahead and let's go back to the 9th, because I really feel like this is kind of the turning point in Jordan's round. It's where the first birdie was made, and kind of he's been on a roll since. 3 of the next 4.
Nice baby fade off the tee. Looks like he's going to need another fade to that. Oh, that was a great drive there, Dougie. That could have easily have caught that bunker. And all of a sudden, it's going to be a challenging shot. This was the shot into the green.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But he didn't hit the spot that he wanted. We love that circle of love. Dougie Fresco's circle of love. We should go back and run that clip from the Instagram post. I didn't appreciate that, by the way. It made me look weird. But I loved it also. But look, Jordan downhill, a little slider here. And look, when you have a putt like this that falls, if you go back to this round that we've watched, Rachel, he's had a number of putts burn these edges, finally got one to go.
Yeah, and that's all you need to see. You need to see the putt starting to go in. Believe that you can do it. Your pace is good. You trust your system. And as we can see, he followed it up with another one on 10. Did not hold back with this drive, Dougie. Trouble left and right.
No, not even at all. 118 with the swing speed, 176 with the ball speed there. And Jordan just, you can tell that the driver kind of starts, the whole ignition for his game.
100%. You've got to find the fairways here. His swing's technically looking unreal. The fact that he's hitting the numbers and being pin high with yardages, you can tell he's striking it well. Caught the bunker there.
It's also interesting, too, Rach. He's been varying his ball speeds with the driver. I've seen 172 ball and I've seen 183 ball during this same round. As we go back to the 12th, we see the par at the 13th, but Rachel, he's made another birdie at 14 already.
Here we go.
Yeah, once that uploads into the cloud, we'll have that shortly. So just to give you an idea, it takes about a minute for a hole to be concluded by the player live before it gets uploaded into our cloud system, before we can actually watch it. So that's kind of how we're making this happen right now. It's being recorded, goes up. Once it comes down and loads, and we're able to click it and watch it. But we do see the score post in advance. So,
Dougie,
man,
I don't know
Jordan
about you,
Weber.
but I've got the nerves for him. Have you not? I've got the feels right now, because this is on.
Oh my gosh.
Is really on.
Yeah, this is what we paid to see. This is the excitement of the next tour. When it's on the line, who's going to come over? We've asked all year, Rachel, who's going to be next? Is it Jordan Weber? Is it his day? Is it his time? I don't know. He's going to have 4 more holes to decide his own fate, though.
Do you know what, Dougie? In the interview you did with Klaus, the clip we just saw, this is the reason he set up this tour. Because he said the amount of players that are great golfers but don't make it and never have an opportunity. And I don't know about you, but Jordan Webber, his story absolutely epitomizes that.
But does he have the nerve? Does he have what
Don't
it takes
go negative
to
on me,
get
Dougie.
it done? No, I'm not going negative. I'm building the story. We got to make it. We got to build this drama because look, I'm not saying that he's gonna fold, but we've seen crazier things in this crazy game of golf, and it happens even in simulator golf. I want to see Jordan pull this off. I think it'll be magical for the tour. But
We've got the video,
only time's
Dougie.
gonna tell from right now.
We've got the video.
Yeah.
We've got the video.
Okay,
14.
let's go back and take a peek. Oh, I'm getting nervous.
I know I am. I need popcorn.
All right, let's go to that 14th, the par 3, and let's take a peek. 222, Rachel. That's what this hole's playing today.
What would you hit in there, Dougie? What do you think he's got?
Well, with the way the hole's bouncing and whatnot. Oh, he missed the green to make that birdie there. Oh, we'll go back. Let's look at that tee shot again. Let's go back.
Okay, this is
To the
14.
tee shot
Here we
on the
go.
14th. Okay, yeah, that was on the wrong. I can't see. That's it.
He's nearly holed
Oh, he
it,
almost
Dougie.
made it. Oh, I thought he was gonna make that. Well, there's a kick
Okay,
in.
There's definitely people watching. Someone just said great shot. I heard that.
All right. Just so you know, Rachel, he is now on that magical note, and it's just updated again. He's birdied the 15th hole. This guy is on an absolute tear. 4 under on the back 9. He's birdied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 9 holes he's played. On an absolute heater.
I'm absolutely buzzed for him. Come on, finish it off. This is unreal, Jordan.
I tell you what, it's hard to believe. I'll give you a random stat about Jordan. He grew up on a dairy farm in Iowa, okay? Now, there were 150 cows that his family tended to. Get this, 73 more cows than people in his town. Unbelievable.
Doug, I mean, I don't know where to go from that. We've got a soundbite, but that's the best fact I've ever.
It definitely has revitalized my career. I definitely want to go out and give it a shot in a few tournaments and see what happens. It's been a dream of mine to compete on a major tour since I was a little kid. And I think my game's better than it's ever been. So now to feel like, hey, maybe I could, and having a chance to see if I actually could, it would be a dream come true.
Question is, Doug, who's going to ask him about the cows if we have to do a winner's interview? Are you going to, or am I?
You're going to. You're gonna do it. And the question right now is, if you're gonna do that, can he do? I don't know what could be deemed the impossible right now. Jordan Webber, you look at this round of golf: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birdies with a bogey, 6 under par. He had a 5 under to even have a chance to win the Order of Merit. But you know what? Now he at 6 under, 2 birdies with a par 5 left to play. Rachel, gives him the outright lead.
And that is what he needs. How many birdies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I keep having to count just to make sure, Doug.
Yeah. Yes. 7 birdies and a bogey here in this round for Jordan Webber. Just look, as it stands right now, barring the playoff that's already, potentially going to happen, if he just pars out, he has a chance to win the Order of Merit as it stands.
I wonder what he'll do with the cash and the invites. That is what I want to know.
Okay, now...
Dougie, he's had another one.
I don't know what I'm watching right now. Like, he birdies the par
birdie.
3-15, if I can count. And now on the 15th hole, he's made another birdie.
3 in a row, Dougie.
Just hitting. Look at this. He's working balls left and right and hitting them almost in the circle of love. That's just going to fall short. But you know what? If you don't get the automatic gimme, Rachel, you can go ahead and just roll the putt in.
It's not that easy though, Dougie. I hit it through the circle of love when I had it just outside the circle of love.
Okay, so Rachel has no touch is what you're saying. Okay. But look, Rachel, let's set the stage here. He's 5 under on his back nine. He's a par 5 he's on right now currently, and a 485-yard par 4 to finish. He is one shot outside of winning, and you heard Ryan French say he may be the best indoor golfer in the world. He even created the world ranking system for golf, this guy Jordan. So he knows exactly where he is and what he has to do.
Give him a job, Trackman. Sign him up. Sponsorship.
Sign him up for a little statistician.
Dougie, there's something about momentum in golf. I don't know whether you agree with me, but you know, if you start making birdies, momentum, you start seeing it, and that's exactly what we've seen happen here. He's had 3 in a row.
Go back, just taking a look at that second shot that he hit back at 10, 11, 12, 13th hole. And, you know, if he doesn't finish off how he needs to, he's going to look at that 13th hole, Rachel, and he's going to kick himself.
I know you don't want to look at that. He won't be wanting to replay that, will he?
No, he won't. Especially for a guy that's school mascot was the Panthers. Played his golf at Northern Iowa University, or should I say, excuse me, the University of Northern Iowa.
Right, we can see 16, Dougie. It has been uploaded. Pace of play isn't a problem on this tour, is it?
No, never. Look at this hole. Kind of reminds me of Bay Hill we saw last week. This is like 6th at par 5, and you have to pick your line, and he picked the perfect line there, Rach.
Dougie, he's got that baby fade on tap. Like he's got trouble left, water. He knows he has to bring it off the water. So that takes a lot of confidence to swing it left, hold the face, find the fairway.
Yes.
Especially when you're in, you know, where you're at in the tournament.
Look at this, 95 yards. And he's going to zip it. It's going to stay in the circle of love. And that's how he was able to capitalize and make that birdie. Gimme! That's one of the best feelings in indoor golf is when you see the gimme right there. Jordan Weber, 5 under on his back nine, 7 under for his round. And
he's
Rach,
actually
tied
showing,
for the lead.
He's actually showing a bit more emotion than normal. You know, he's normally quite a stoic character, but he's giving it the fist pumps.
Hey, Rachel, I'd give it a fist pump, too, if I birdied the 17th hole.
Oh, my.
Jordan Weber. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can they put this into a package and sell it? Look at that back nine.
Wow.
1, 2, 3,
Look
4,
at
5,
look at
6.
everything. This just goes to show you how patient you have to be. You start off birdie, bogey, birdie. You know you're 1 under par. He has nothing going after that until the 9th hole, Rachel. And then birdie, par, birdie, par, birdie, 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 birdie. And now he's on the 18th hole with a chance to win the Order of Merit, play in 2 Challenge Tour events, DP World Start. And you never know. He might get a nod to play in the John Deere there in Iowa on the PGA Tour.
I mean, I would sign him up. All he needs is a par on 18, Dougie.
And I am nervous for the dairy farmer from Bernard, Iowa, who won a junior state am back in 2003. Guy had the yips, he's overcome them, and now he has a chance to win the Order of Merit season-long race here on the next tour, powered by Trackman. Unbelievable stuff that we're witnessing live. Whew.
I'm actually a bit speechless, Dougie, because how he started and what he's turned on the back nine is just something else.
Rachel, you go back to the winners. We had Lily Dahl captured at Marco Simone. We had Christian Jakobsen at Medina. You go to Taheo Gatimba course and Jonathan Goth Rasmussen. PJ West was Jordan Weber. Muirfield Village, Daniel Cabriles. And then you go Nick Carlson, Bump Carlson there at Innisbrook. And can Jordan Weber be a 2-time winner and win the Order of Merit on this? He's the only person that his fate is in his own hands, Rachel.
It is. That's the beauty of golf. Yep. It is only down to you. It is only down to you. And he's got to stay exactly focused, committed to this.
Yeah.
Every shot on this.
And that was the par. That's the par 5 we were talking about, Rachel. That was the tee shot there where he had to hit that the fairway. You have to.
Yeah, and look at the landing area. It must only be about 10. Oh my God, he's birdied the last. Has the system crashed? Dougie.
No, the system's not crashed. He birdies the last 5 holes with the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's going to take home a $30,000 check. He's going to take home the Order of Merit. He's going to win the Challenge Tour the starts of the DP World Tour, all world performance. 29 on the back 9 for Jordan Webber.
Doug, I can't believe it. That is unreal. We haven't seen a finish like that. We have not seen a finish like that.
I cannot wait to see. Once again, it takes 1 minute for the hole to complete there where it's being played, and then upload into our systems where we can push the play button. Once this uploads, I cannot wait to see the celebration after Jordan Webber shoots 29 on the back 9 to take the season-long Order of Merit Championship here on the Next Tour, powered by Trackman. Rachel, what are you impressed about in watching what just happened?
Well, the fact he had 10 birdies to start with, Dougie, I keep counting them to make sure I've got it right. And the fact that he's finished with 5 in a row with what's on the line. And the fact that he hasn't won since 2003, was it, you said?
Well, he's won mini tour events. I'm just saying he won the 2003 Iowa Junior. So that was just a little seasoning on what he's done.
He's 38.
This guy's been a winner forever.
This is unbelievable. He is. I mean, he fully deserves this. When we caught up with him when he won previously, you could tell how much this meant to him and his coach, how close they were.
Yeah.
You know, what he's built.
Let's only one blemish on this scorecard. And if you go back and we talk about his win, back earlier in the season in round 4 at PGA West, Rachel, he shot 10 under that round with a bogey. Today, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, he shoots 9 under with a bogey. Wins by 2 shots. And he's going to be our Order of Merit champion. This is unbelievable. We'll see if we can get Jordan in here.
I also think, Dougie, the fact that he's agreed to go live and play in front of everyone shows the confidence he has.
Well, Rachel, when you're the best, you just got to do what winners do. You got to show the world what you got. And there's the celebration right there. Jordan Webber playing like Jordan Spieth, finishing this thing out. Look at this shot to finish the round. Gets in the circle of trust. Jordan Webber, Order of Merit champion. We got to name this something. It can't just be Order of Merit. It's got to be like the Klaus Cup or something. We gotta have to name this Order of Merit winner, or the trophy, or the end result.
I can't believe it, Dougie. That is unbelievable.
I mean,
we could not have asked for a better final round, Dougie, to wrap up.
No. Oh, Rachel, that is well stated. Well stated. Jordan Webber's going to join Rasmus Ronson as the only 2 Order of Merit winners in the history of the Next Tour. Wow.
Amazing, Dougie. I quite want to watch that last hole again, don't you, Doug?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it again. Let's go take a look at this drive. This is a hard tee shot. One, there's water right, and it's kind of in the landing, so you can't afford to lose this ball at all. You see him varying his swing speed there. Ball only came out at 173 ball speed. Still hit it 335 yards, right? No big deal.
Yeah, no big. Yeah, no, it's gone down a little bit, but no big deal. And again, going to need a little fade into that last pin location, which he's clearly been hitting all day. We've seen some great shots. Here it is, just sneaking in. Dougie, I can't get over it. It is so good, having played it. It is so impressive. His distance control, the numbers, the putting. everything about his game was on today when it needed to be.
I'll give you one. He's playing in the final 2 hours of the availability to get your round in for this final, or this finale, if you will. And of the last 2 hours, he decided to play within our live broadcast window. Already pressured in being live in that regard. So Jordan not only did us all a favor, he won the overall championship, and he's going to have to fly across the pond to your neck of the woods because he's going to have 2 starts in the Challenge Tour, and he's going to play in a DP World Tour event. Unreal.
Amazing, Dougie.
Oh,
with all that on the line.
And Rachel, we forgot one minor thing. $30,000 first place prize money. $30,000 more Jordan Webber's going to have in his bank account this year.
There's a $15,000 bonus.
And, Dougie, 15 extra. You call it cheese. 15,000 extra for winning the Order of Merit. He's definitely going to be able to play on, with those starts, those wild cards. And hopefully he'll get some more sponsors from this.
I want to see a graphic of what Jordan's overall take for the year is going to be. Let me see. Let's see if I can just do some math here, Rachel. Coming into this finale, Jordan. Let me give me a second here before I finish my thought. I gotta do some arithmetic.
Dougie, he just needed a few social media videos as well, and he could be absolutely rolling in it.
Coming into this week, Jordan had made $45,000 on the tour. So now you're going to add another $30,000, call that $65,000 with 17 more, $80,000 in change, loose math, is going to be his total take for the season. You can't tell me 80 grand doesn't change your life just a little bit.
And think about the bottom line, Dougie. How much the expenses? He hasn't had any. He's got his own sim.
Get in there.
Normally in tour golf, half of that will go on your caddy, your travel.
Oh yes, yes.
Not the next golf tour though.
Can't believe what we've witnessed. Look, Rachel, the tag for this season is real money, real opportunity, and real drama.
Oh my God.
I think we checked every box today.
I think we did. I'm excited to see what's going to be next. Is he here?
Oh, wait, just a second. Let everybody stop and pause. Jordan Webber is now live with us here in the studio. I can't tell if he's frozen or he's got a bad internet connection. I don't know what's going on, but Jordan Webber just won the Order of Merit. Jordan, congratulations. Yeah, he was frozen.
Here he is. Congratulations, champ.
Oh my
Hey, Jordan,
God.
you just won some more money.
Wow. I am shaking and crying and all the things. I cannot believe I just did that.
Jordan, so are we. We could not believe what we have just witnessed. 10 birdies. Finished with 5 in a row to win.
I did not think it was going to happen. That front 9, I was putting well, but they weren't going in. And
Yes.
you got to keep believing. And holy cow, it's unbelievable.
Jordan, let's talk a little bit because I can hear the emotion. And for a guy like you, it could be coming from a multitude of directions. You've overcome the yips. You've had to kind of fall out, take an alternate path to your dream. You find the next golf tour. You're arguably the best simulator golfer in the world. Now, in front of your family and children, the world, you've won the Order of Merit. You've won the final round here. Talk a little bit about what this means for your next 6-7 months, guy.
Gosh, I mean, it means I get to go to Europe. Woo!
You can come see me.
About that. Oh gosh, it's amazing. It's just hard to believe that this could even happen to me. I mean,
What is literally next for you, Jordan? I know you're overwhelmed with emotion. What literally is next? You know, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna go celebrate. I'm gonna go have a drink and celebrate with my family. Oh, it's so exciting! I can't believe it. Oh,
Did you feel, Jordan, like you knew you could do this before you pegged it up?
I played some good rounds, so I knew I had a good round in me. You know, I did a live stream and on my practice session. I shot 8 under right before I played this round, so I knew I had it in me. But it's a different story once, you know, you click go on that tournament. You know, I wasn't feeling the same. You know, I was nervous, and getting the good shots to come out when you're feeling that way is really difficult. So, you know, I felt like I had a round in me that was good enough, but I wasn't sure if I could handle the pressure, and luckily I did. So it's amazing. God is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan, let's go back to your win at PGA West. You bogeyed that first hole, and then you went on to make a litany of birdies after that. Kind of the same story here. After the second hole, you make that bogey, but this time you had a birdie early on. Talk about some of the feelings and thoughts that you had after you completed the second hole today.
Yeah, just extreme disappointment, honestly. I mean, just like, how could I putt that? I've hit those putts 1,000 times, you know, and you just have a little nerves and adrenaline going and hit it a little too hard. Then the second putt, I hit it right on line. I hit my start direction perfect, but just a little hard and through the break. And yeah, so you miss it, and it's just like, oh, I didn't think I could make a bogey and get away with it, but man, just to finish the way I finished, I guess it made up for it.
Jordan, what do you think clicked on 9? Because that's where you literally set the next golf tour on fire. What do you think clicked on the 9th hole?
Yeah, just getting a putt to go in, it just makes you believe a little more, right? It's like, okay, it can happen maybe. It's kind of, you know, something goes right, and it kind of gets that momentum going. I was hitting good shots close, and so I just needed a little something to get me going, and that seemed to do it. So, yeah, what a putt. That was awesome.
Hey, and Jordan, let's talk about the vibes there you had around you. Was Carly there? Were the kids around? Like, how did you manage this day with either who was with you or where you are?
My wife can't watch me play live. She gets too nervous. So she was not here. They were watching the live stream at home with the kids. My brother-in-law, Travis, is here helping me out. So he helps me stay calm. So thank God he's here.
Jordan, can you just talk us through your final 2 holes? Because, you know, they were the points where it was won or lost. Like, what happened 16, 17, 18? Talk us through that.
I mean, if you watch my live stream, you'll see how nervous I was. Like, I was taking forever to hit the shots. I was trying to do deep breathing. Like, my hands were shaking. Like, I don't know how I possibly hit good shots when I was feeling like that. And it was just like trying to have the same feels I've had on every other shot, but, you know, keep the same rhythm when you're shaking. It's just like, it's really hard, but somehow they came off. And yeah. The 4-iron on 17, I was like really nervous on that shot. I've been struggling with my long irons a little bit, and I hit it perfect. I mean, 11 inches offline, the Trackman told me. So just a perfect shot. I can't believe it. I mean, that's like the best shot I've hit with a 4-iron in a long time. So, oh, it was awesome.
You know, Jordan, I'm going to ask you a question for all the old people out there, because we're the same age, so I'm not calling you old. It's just what it is. How the hell do you still have speed? We saw 184. We saw 178. And every number in between with the driver, and you hit the driver beautifully. Whoever fit you for that club, it's money. By the way, spin rates were ideal. But talk me through that.
Yeah, I actually put a new driver in play a couple weeks ago. You know, when I won first couple events, a few people mentioned my super low spin. I had a super low spin driver in play, and it just wasn't quite right for me. But, it was a cheap one I found on eBay. It didn't really matter at the time, but then I started winning. So then it's like, okay, I better get a driver that actually fits me a little better. So, I got this new one. The spin rates were good, and I can control it a lot better. So I really like that. And as far as the distance, lead these guns, Doug.
I love it. I see it. Mine are water pistols. You got guns.
I wouldn't quite say that. No, I have long arms, so it gives me a long wingspan, and that's how I get speed, I think.
Jordan, I am honestly speechless. It was so special to watch that round unfold. And, having spoken to you earlier on in the season and to see how hard you work at this, but then actually to get the result, unreal. So good. What are your tips, Jordan, to anyone that wants to do sim golf? Go on, give them a bit of gold dust.
Yeah. This week has been a big time struggle for me. I've slept like 5 or 6 hours every night. I've just been so nervous about it. It's like I knew I could do it, but it's like you're just waiting for the day, and it's like, is my good golf going to come out on the day? Like, I don't know. So, it's just amazing that it happened. And as far as, getting good at sim golf, there's a few keys.
Right before he gave us the goods, there he's in. He's back.
Sorry, I had a call come in. Practicing the putting's important. So understanding the up and down, especially in Trackman, it really affects the speed of the putt. And then, working on your distance control. That's what these simulators are so good at. Like, I love hitting wedges and trying to hit the different distances. Trackman has a new performance center out, which is awesome. It randomizes your distances and you try and hit shots. I'd practice that before my round. All that stuff is just such great practice to help you improve your game. And my game has improved so much in the last year, and I know it's just because of the simulator. So, it's awesome. I'd recommend anybody to go do it. It's awesome.
Well, Jordan, from Rachel and I, Klaus, Baron Lynn,
doesn't do
all of
that.
Our production team, the team at Trackman. Look, you are the champion. You are the Order of Merit winner. You have done everything you needed to do to be and earned the #1 sim golfer in the world. We want you to celebrate it with the wife, the kids, the family. Your phone's going to start ringing, bud. And we're so thankful that you allowed us to watch it. You played within our broadcast window. The last thing I have for you is, how the hell are you going to celebrate this win?
We are going to go have a drink. I'm going to buy a really good bottle of something, and we're going to go have a good drink.
Well, we'll do that
thank
too,
you
I
so
think,
much.
Dougie, won't we?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely drinking in honor of Jordan Weber tonight. No question here. It's going to be
a glass.
Oh, man. Jordan, you go have a good day, sir. You enjoy it, because you have 2 Challenge Tour events to get ready for. And, sir, you have a start on the DP World Tour as well. So we'll see you sooner than later.
Thank you guys so much. Good talking to you again.
Jordan, well done.
Wow. What a day. What a day.
Dougie, that couldn't have gone any better. I did not expect that.
No, I didn't expect that we would have an all-star be born right in front of our eyes. Yeah, anybody can win something once, but to do it twice and to do it with the eyeballs on you, you see his phone's already ringing. Other people were watching. Jordan Weber, there in Iowa, in the U.S. of A., is now our second champion of the next golf tour, second Order of Merit winner. This, Rachel, history was made today.
It was, and I am going to shout and holler and do all I can to spread the word about this tour, because it is so special. It is so special. Not just the tech, not just that I love coaching with Trackman, but the opportunities. We've both been there, Dougie. Golf is hard, and having this platform and seeing how it changes people's lives, like Jordan, hopefully we'll catch up with the female Order of Merit winner as well in a second. It's a special, special place, and it's a privilege to be part of.
Yeah, look, we're talking about players, about us as hosting of this tour. This is the first golf show for indoor golf ever, and you and I have done it. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here. So shout out to everybody that's signed off for me to sit alongside Rachel Drummond, because this has been a lot more than I expected. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what the hell we signed up for, Rach, but I'm glad we did.
I agree. And I think I'm going to play a bit more, Dougie. We're going to have our fight off next year.
I don't know if my ego's ready to play, but as we set it up, we're joined by a very, very special guest, and Emma Thorgren. Emma, hello.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Get in there.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? Top of the leaderboard, best female, season 3.
That's pretty cool.
Season 2. But we got it.
Season 2, sorry. I'm on to the next one.
Season 2.
You are. Emma, how's it feel?
Feeling, Emma? Talk us through it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you. I don't really know. I haven't really processed it, I guess. But yeah, to be the top female is nothing that I expected going into this indoor season, definitely. So, yeah, I'm very proud and very honored.
What did you expect going into this season?
Honestly, not much. I didn't play last year. So, I just
the honesty.
No, but I didn't really know what to expect. I never played an indoor tournament before this year. And I followed it a little bit last year, but only like the last couple of tournaments. So I thought it was too late to join. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to give it a shot this year and see how it turns out.
And there you go, champ. You just turn up, you're top of the leaderboard. Worked out extremely well. So what does it mean, Emma, to win the wild cards and the sponsors exemptions to the Annika Women's Pro Tour?
It means a lot. I have to reevaluate my schedule for the season because I was going to play full-time at the LEC Access Series. But I'm definitely going to look into some opportunities to play in the US now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's nice to have some doors open for sure.
How cool is that, going from Europe to then US? Sorry, Doug. I just know what it's like playing on both.
Well, no, I was going to tell Emma. I've shared some texts today. We were trying to get her to stop by today, but she's at Augusta right now. But Annika Sorenstam just sent me a text message to tell you congratulations. What does it mean for Annika to issue you a congrats for how you played this season on the next tour?
Oh, that's unbelievable. Really, that's so cool. She's obviously a role model of mine growing up, and being from Sweden, she's the greatest of all time. So that's really, really awesome that she sent me a congratulations.
Yeah, and she was going to stop by today, but I don't know how the service is there at Augusta, but we'll have to connect you because you'll probably see her before we see you again, because you, my dear, have starts now on the Annika Tour. And what is that going for you as you progress in trying to ultimately make it to the LPGA Tour?
Yeah, I have to figure some stuff out. Because I was gonna take the LET route to the LPGA, was the plan at least. I have played in the US before, and I believe the Annika Tour is the WAPT, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
And I have played 2 events there in 2022, I believe, and it's a great tour. It was, it's great courses, great players, great opportunities. So yeah, I really have to. I haven't really got. I haven't really thought about it much, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So great. So great for your game, Emma, the fact that you have that option and you can play both in Europe and stateside. It broadens the amount of female professional golfers you can play against. Have you celebrated? Have you celebrated this success yet?
I celebrated the second place finish, but not the overall. But I'm actually at a dinner party with some family friends right now, so I guess we have to celebrate a little tonight.
Yes,
Right,
you
we'll
do.
have to add
Yes, you do.
some wine to that bill. And Emma, I do want to touch a little bit on that round of 62 that you shot, where you ended up ultimately being tied with Jordan. What was working that day for you? I'm looking at your scorecard right now on your Instagram account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 birdies, not bogey free, 30, 32, 62 in that round.
Yeah. I mean, everything worked, obviously. But I think during my practice rounds, I think my best round was like 3 or 4 under. So I was just getting in like super early because I usually play early before the indoor place gets crowded. And I was like, okay, let's just get this round over with, I guess. And then I just kept making birdies. I don't know if I was too tired to think about the score or something, but whatever I did, it worked.
Hey, do that all the time, Emma. That sounds like the secret formula.
I know, right? Yeah.
So what is next before we let you go back to your dinner party?
What do you mean?
What's next? What's the next tournament?
So we have the season starter on the LET Access series in the beginning of April. I'll see if I make it because I'm actually struggling with a herniated disc right now.
Oh no!
So I really hope I'll be fit for fight.
Well, we wish you the best and congratulations because you the season-long race on the women's side and earning those starts there on the Annika Tour. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll all be following along in your journey. So, and enjoy dinner and have wine on Trackman. And just send them the bill.
I will
send them the bill.
And get
take care.
Healthy
Emma.
Recovery, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy chatting with you. Bye.
Well done. Well done. Bye.
How cool is that? She just makes time. She's just at the table. You know how awkward you look at the table if you're like talking to yourself. You're like, "Hey, hold it. Yes, I'll have the pepper. But yes, I'm talking about me winning more golf stuff. Sorry."
Talk about me being excellent at golf. Please give me a minute. Dougie, how cool to see, not just one, we've now seen someone else who it's changed the life for. Now she's got options to play in the States. Like those things do not happen.
Well, it's funny how simple, right? Simulator golf is fairly simple. You need the TrackMan, of course. That's the hard part. You play golf, you shoot a score, but you're competing and there's money up. So you listen to her talk. She had a plan. She was going to play LET Access to try to get to LET to try to make it to LPGA. That was her route in her head. And here comes the next tour in TrackMan Golf saying, we're going to offer this alternative pathway. And if you choose to take it, it could lead to some doors being open. She took that route. She played well. Now she's earned starts where she has to stop, reevaluate, replan. Now she's got to hop across the pond to try to, or has another pathway to meet her dream of playing on the LPGA Tour. It's beautiful.
Dougie, I love it. Absolutely love it. I love how I went straight. I love how I went straight to season 3 on my question. That was good, wasn't it? Did you like that?
Yeah, we got to negotiate that because I don't know if it's in our contracts yet. So can we stay, Rachel and I, to continue this thing that we love to do? Thank you.
It's not now. I said season 3 instead of season 2. That's me done. It's me gone for.
Yeah, that actually might work. That might work against you there, Miss Drummond. And I tell you what, we're going to be joined fairly soon by someone that is very, very close to our champion. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You weren't supposed to be here yet. Wait a second. I don't know how you got plugged in here. And you have to forgive me. They told me your name into my ear, but I have forgot, and I am totally okay with double checking. Who are you, my good sir?
My name's Jared Dorfler, a former teammate of Jordan Weber's in college.
Oh, see, and that's even beautiful. I knew there was a connection there. So we're going to jump right into it, you fellow Panther. Let's talk a little bit about old Jordan versus new Jordan. What have you seen, or what caught your eye about Jordan's game back then, and how he's still fighting the good fight, chasing the dream?
Well, he's always been an incredible ball striker. And he had a flat stick putter in college when he turned pro. And I think you guys have documented this, and Ryan said it as well. But he had the yips after he turned pro and refused to kind of get a long putter. And now that he's got a long putter, he's able to roll the rock a little bit better. So I think that's the main difference, really. His ball speed has increased as he's gotten older, which is pretty crazy to think about. So he's getting better and better, and that's why golf is such a silly sport.
First up, I love your hat. Kindness, pass it on.
It is awesome. No question. Like, sell that now.
Were you watching every shot? Were you watching live?
Oh yeah, we watching every shot. My daughters are sleeping right now during nap time, and my wife gave me the eye a couple times. I yelled a little too loud, but all of my old teammates were in a group chat during this, and it was a lot of fun. Former assistant coaches and Jordan's brother texted me on 18T that he started crying already, and I was like, Justin, we still got to finish this thing off. But the big of this for Northern Iowa has never had anybody go play in a major tour event. Our coach, who's still coaching, is the only one that's ever played in the major and the PGA Tour event, which this is why it's such a cool thing for us, and it's such a big deal for the Northern Iowa community.
It's funny you talk about Iowa. I keep thinking of Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson doesn't qualify for Northern Iowa, huh?
Well, University was where we went to school. Zach went to Drake, which is kind of a rival of Northern Iowa, but we love Zach in Iowa.
I thought all they did is run relays at Drake. That's all you ever hear about at Drake.
True. That's true.
I want to know.
Let's
go.
Go ahead, Rachel.
I want to know what's in the group chat. What sort of chat's going on in the WhatsApp right now?
So a lot of "let's go" and maybe a couple swear words. A couple. We got to get the putter rolling. Which the front nine he missed probably about 4 putts just off the edge, and so he made an adjustment. I think probably on hole 9 when he made that long one there, and that got him going. The funny thing about indoor golf is that the momentum is so key because you don't have time to walk to your shot. And so with him getting hot, like we know he can get hot and make 3 or 4 or 5 birdies in a row. Just needs to see the ball go in the hole.
So let's talk a little bit from your seat, Jared. What do you think the next golf tour kind of can do for either just the golf or people like Jordan? Like, what does this tour provide to the space from your seat?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Next for a lot of reasons. I think, first of all, the technology is incredible. How you can watch somebody's round on video and then get a live scorecard is really unprecedented. And I think Jordan's story is kind of what Next is all about, really. It allowed him the flexibility to play around his family and his full-time job, and also allowed him to compete and get those competitive juices back. So I don't think that he had any thoughts of even probably winning this when he started, when he played in his first Next event. But I know that he quickly texted me that he's feeling good about his game and that he's ready to roll.
Does this mean that you're going to be pegging it up next season?
No, I'm bad. I am not a golfer anymore. So no, I am not. I will stay by and root for my friends. I like that a little bit more.
Yeah, and not to bring up some old stuff from Jordan's past, but did you he was missing some putts, burning edges. I'm sure you were with him through, his fight and battle with the yips. Did you start to feel like some of that might show or rear its head today once the pressure really got on the line, especially after the bogey on 2?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, he hasn't been in this position since probably 2010. It's like 14 years. How is he going to handle this pressure? And you even heard him say it on 18T to Travis. He said, I'm pretty nervous right now. And so we didn't really understand how he was going to handle this pressure. I didn't think the yips would come back at all. He just it looked like me, too much pace on those putts early, which could be nerves, I suppose. But he handled it really well. Obviously, shooting 29 in the back it was so awesome to see. Didn't even realize he finished with 5 birdies until you guys said that. He was just so locked in.
You're literally like us watching it unfold. I can't believe what I've just witnessed.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
when he got to go ahead, Doug.
No, I'm waiting. Go ahead. When he got to where?
When he got to the par 5, I think it was 13. We said, let's get a 3. We've seen a few 3s on scorecards from other players, and we know it's doable. And when he came away with a par, it's like, okay, we're in. It's now or never, right? I mean, you're gonna have to start making birdies real quick, and I didn't expect him to go on that run to finish. But then when he almost made that ace on 14, knew that he was definitely in the mix because he needed 7 under. Is 7 under locked up the order of merit for him? I'm pretty certain, regardless if he won the playoff or not. And 6, he needed a lot of help. So he needed 7 to kind of get there. And that shot on 14, I think, was the best shot I've seen him hit probably this season on next.
Well, we got a little intel here. Just a little bit about the Perfect Putt newsletter. That's kind of like the perfect segue. We're talking yips, now we're talking perfect putts.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last thing that is. Last thing I need to do is plug my golf newsletter on this, but I just write a golf newsletter that's called Perfect Putt. It's something that's fun to do and keeps me engaged in the game. So, but I'm real excited for Jordan. I hope he's got his passport dialed in and ready to go. I don't know. I don't know when the event is going to be. When will that be announced? What event it is? Do you guys know?
Yeah, we you are waiting like we are, and once we do know, there will be an update sent out. Yeah, TBD, TBC. Oh yeah, that's right. To be continued. We're determined. We don't know yet. We know it's going to be this season. That's really what we know right now.
I hope Mr. Webber's going to get a mention in the perfect putt.
I've written about him a couple of times. His story, and this is why I love golf so much, but his story is really unique. I mean, he had no Division I offers really coming out of high school. He hit balls inside of his barn, his dairy barn, growing up in the bales of hay off a piece of old carpet to get better. And he's just been an underdog and a grinder his whole life. And he had to raise shares. He raised $26,000 when he turned pro, sold shares in himself. Jordan's story is incredible. This is why I love golf so much. Ryan said it earlier. The golf world has been unique the last couple of years. But this to me is why I love watching the pro game, because this wasn't necessarily going to change Jordan's life today, but it's going to change his career. We'll see what happens with this DP World start, and then see if we can get some sponsors exemptions other places.
Well, it changes also the narrative too. I mean, what about the comeback story? We always talk about the winners and then the opposites of the losers, the underdogs, etc. But this is now a comeback story for, when you talk about it, a guy that maybe missed his window a little bit, but somehow has caught lightning in a bottle, and he's going to go play on the DP World Tour and Challenge Tour starts.
Exactly right. I mean, there's so many storylines in this, and they come back. I mean, he's 38, and his ball speed, I saw a touch, I think 183 today with a driver. Probably got higher. I mean, I'm 35, and I can't get my ball speed to 170 with a driver. I mean, it's just incredible how much he's increased his speed. So that's why golf's the best sport out there. I mean, you never know when you're going to catch lightning in a bottle, and you just got to keep the momentum rolling. So it truly is an awesome story.
Absolute pleasure to have you on.
Absolutely, Rachel. And you know what? It's good to see, Rach, guys have good friends. You know, I think that's understated in this entire world that we live in. Good friends will take you a long way, and I'm sure Jordan is very, very appreciative of you, my good sir. And all the best to you, and we'll see you, Rachel, here it comes, in season 3 of the next tour.
Because it hasn't happened yet. Kindness, pass it on.
Right on. All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
We'll see you, Jay Money.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much.
you, man.
Thank you.
I mean, how good is it, Rachel, to have friends? Like,
you're my friend, Doug.
We're for the record, Rachel, we've never actually met. Like, I've never shook your hand, gave you a hug, but when I do, I'm gonna squeeze the death out of you. I promise you that.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Okay, we have the ladies winner. We have our Order of Merit champion and our round 7 winner, Jordan Weber. Rachel, we still have to figure out our social media standouts from this event. And I don't know. I don't even know how it's going to be, Rach. You know, we've gotten little glimpses. Okay, here it comes. This is That Dog Will Hunt. Just highlights from our season, Rach.
My favourite normally about these is the music, but I can't hear any, Dougie. So, nominees, KBO the King, Kevin Bozzi. I need to think of a good name for myself. How good's that? KBO the King.
Yeah, I like
Coach
that.
Gurney. The Orlando Golfer, Billy Joe Smith, who I know. The Norwegian Content Collective, Jana Renoy, Julie Hillestad, Macken Poulsen, Michelle Fosland, and Andreas Krokkeid. How'd I do there, Dougie?
I think you did fantastic because it sounded better with the English accent than the American accent. I promise you that.
This is honestly something that's so special about the next golf tour are these social media moments, because you can get such good value content just from reactions.
No question, and people have to remember this tour is theirs. It's their tour. It's our tour. So celebrate your standout moments and make content and share it with the world. We want to see what it is. And Rach, the votes they've all been cast. Okay, all the votes were cast, and now Rachel, we have a winner. I don't know who it is. Let's figure it out.
I'm excited, Dougie. Who do you think? Who do you think?
Well, I don't have to think anymore. This is our social media standout winner. Shout out to Kevin Bozzi. He is our winner. He's going to get a trip to Copenhagen and the Trackman headquarters for 2. Oh, wow. You talk about friends, Rach. We're sharing the wealth. We're sharing the wealth.
Do you think we're going to get that, Dougie? Trackman HQ. Here we go. Point of view, golf ball's journey to the next golf tour.
Well, he tried to kick it. Oh, wait, there was a purpose to that. Okay, now it's bouncing down the steps, bounces off the shaft, down some alignment rods across the living room, and found a seam. This ball's lost. Where's it going? Like, why is this ball bouncing everywhere? Like, it's still rolling. Okay,
there it is.
Oh.
It's got a duck on it.
What is that? It looks like he drew it, too. That wasn't even one of those ducks that... Oh, how about that? Just getting frisky with the duck.
It's not a bad P position there.
No. Just what a standout. He's also going to get an inside look into Trackman's cutting-edge virtual courses and technology refinement. He's going to provide input to shape the future of the next golf tour. I mean, look, 3 nights, 2 rounds of golf on world-class golf courses. This is definitely not going to happen in early spring, so it'll probably be later on this year. But shout out to Kevin Bozzi. You are the social media standout winner on season 2 of the next tour, powered by Trackman.
No.
Rachel, we have seen moments that have brought people to their knees. We have seen triumphs, agonies, failures, successes. This season on the next tour, well, it gave us everything.
It certainly has, Dougie.
The question is, what are we going to see as we build up for season 3? I don't even care about that right now. I want to just go back. I want to give a shout out to all the winners this year, all the courses that we competed on, all the people that helped make this a reality. Look, the team at Trackman has done a hell of a job putting all of this together. Look, we've had winners from Venezuela, America, Sweden, Denmark. People vie for titles all over this world. Norway flags have been flown. Our season-long winner, the American, Jordan Weber, taking home the Order of Merit champion. He's going to play in 2 Challenge Tour events. He's also going to get that start on the DP World Tour. Emma Thorgren, she's actually going to have an opportunity. She's got to get her schedule together, Rachel. She's going to have an opportunity to play on the Annika Series here in the States. I tell you what, she's going to have to figure out how she's going to juggle the route that she takes to her professional career, because she planned on playing LET All Access, and now she can go play the other side of the pond. Rachel, for you this season, what stands out the most?
I think what we've just witnessed now, that final round from Weber, knowing about his story, finishing with 5 birdies, speaking to his friends, seeing how everyone's like joining together to watch their friends play on this tour. That for me this evening literally tied a bow on the season for me. How about you, Dougie?
Yeah, and I'm just impressed by how everybody's come together to that, the bridge that this tour is. If you don't have money, there's an opportunity for you. You look at a guy like Bump Carlson. Like when I talked to Bump, he literally said he had like $400 to his name in his bank account and then cashed a check to the elevated event we had at Innisbrook. So he went from $700 to $50,700 all in a day span. And it just goes to show you that it's never too late to change your life, especially through the game of golf. And I think that's something that that'll stick with me, especially as we see him hole out this second shot here at the 16th hole at Innisbrook on the Copperhead. Look at this thing bounce. Had eyes, Rachel.
It is so hard to do that. And with people like Klaus at the top of this company, Dougie, yeah. I'm going to say it again, season 3, and get it right this time. I'm excited to see what is next.
Well, Rachel, it is time for us to wrap it up and get out of here. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to allow you the honor to close out this show and to close out our season.
You got to hope I say the right thing now, Dougie. We've got to say a lot of thank yous. Thank yous to behind the scenes, to our team, Soren, Daniel, Klaus, giving us the opportunity to do this. We have had so many fantastic champions. So many people's lives have been changed. And I've had the privilege to sit next to you, Dougie, and go through it all.
Oh.
And I can't wait to see what is next. You got to stay tuned and follow nextgolftour.com and the social channels to follow everything that has happened and also see what is planned for the future for the Next Golf Tour.
Oh, it's supposed to get bigger and better, Rachel. Hey, for Rachel Drummond, Doug Smith, Klaus, all the folks that put this thing on, thank you so much for tuning in. A big shout out to Emma Thorgren as well as Jordan Weber, all of our winners, all the people that cast a check. We appreciate it so much for you to play and tune in and support what we're doing to grow golf around the world. But yeah, I got to go get better at golf now. So we will holla at you. Thank you all so much. Season 3 right around the corner.